Hey guys, so today I've got a question for everyone. When you do your conditioning piece, either in class or in the program that you follow, are you attacking the workout or are you just getting the work done? So this is something that I've become more and more conscious of in my return to fitness, and I've been thinking about it a lot lately. Like after a workout, I feel like, was I being a pussy during that workout? Or there were some times where I actually felt like I really pushed and felt really good. Then I started to look at the situations when I was actually pushing and when I was what I call sandbagging or being a pussy. And I looked back and it was all the things that I liked. I would always push really hard on and really get that desired adaptation, that really high intensity. And then the minute there was something that I wasn't particularly good at, for example, like handstand press-ups, I would always be a real little bitch and go probably way more conservatively, not push the limit, and go work a lot slower than I potentially could have. So today, after a lot of thought, I'm going to have a chat and give you guys some ideas about ways that you can find more intensity in your workouts to get the most out of your training rather than just going through the motions. So what I'm essentially referring to is mental toughness, the ability to keep going when the going gets tough. Or do you just slow down and stop hurting? Now, I definitely believe that mental toughness is something that can be developed over time. It's not something you're magically born with. And hopefully these tips will help you get to that point where you can call yourself mentally tough. So the first question you need to ask yourself is, are you completing this workout at the appropriate level? So you need to know what the purpose of the workout is. Is it skill development to improve your pull-up or handstand press-up capacity, or is it conditioning? If it's skill capacity that you're looking for, then yes, do the bigger sets that are outside of your ability and really try and push for those. And it's okay if you're not at that maximum intensity. But if this is conditioning where you're trying to get fitter, you're trying to push your aerobic threshold, then you need to be moving for as much of that time as fast as you possibly can. So sometimes you might need to check your ego a little bit and go, okay, I'm going to reduce the reps or I'm going to reduce the weight to something that you can push. Because if that workout is so intimidating to you that you're going to have to be conservative, you're not going to be pushing that threshold as much as you should be. The second thing you need to think about is, what is your why? Why do you turn up to CrossFit day in and day out when it hurts so much? Now, for most of us, we're doing CrossFit for ourselves, but sometimes being the best you isn't enough to keep you going when those workouts really suck and you're really hurting and you're in a dark place. So this is when being accountable to someone else can be so beneficial. Personally, when I was training for the CrossFit Games with a team, this is when I was, in my mind, the most mentally tough that I've ever been. I had 5 other people relying on me day in and day out to make sure that I was working as hard as I could to be the fittest I could so that I didn't drop the ball. It's human nature that we don't want to let other people down. So being accountable to someone else is really beneficial. So what do you do for that? Sign yourself up to a partner comp, get in a team for the Team Nationals or the New Zealand Fitness League or something like that. Or even just sign up to a comp with a friend. That's going to make yourself accountable to that competition, and that's going to help you get through those dark times when you want to stop or you don't want to do that extra little bit of work or you don't want to push that extra 10%. My third tip is for people who predominantly train alone. Now, we've all heard the buzzword community, and there's a reason for it. The reason is it's what made CrossFit so successful. Having someone to push against, someone to hurt with, someone to experience those struggles with and have a laugh with at the end is the reason CrossFit is so successful. Your ideal training partner is going to push you both physically and mentally, and that's really going to increase your capacity and your intensity in workouts. Now, I'm not saying that you compete every single day in every single workout, but having that person and other people around you is really going to up that intensity for you. So what you need to do, you need to go either do 1 class a week if you're doing your own training, or rope some people in to train with you, because it's going to make a big difference to how far you can take your ability. My final tip for you guys today is to set macro goals for each conditioning piece that you do. Rather than just starting the workout and seeing what happens, set yourself some mini goals to help you get through. So say, for example, the other day I had a workout that had lots of 500 meter rows in it. I set myself a personal goal that I wanted to keep each of those rows under a 1:45 pace. I've got a more detailed example in the written blog that you guys can have a look through. So on a final note, there are going to be good days and there are going to be bad days. But it's how you attack those bad days that's going to determine how successful you are at achieving your CrossFit goals. Now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with coming to the gym, getting sweaty, lifting some weights, and having a laugh. It just depends on how far you want to take CrossFit as either your sport or how far you want to push your human potential and see what you're truly capable of. And to get to that point, you need intensity. Now, if you've got any questions about this topic, feel free to comment or direct message me and I'll be happy to answer them. And I hope these have helped you take your training to the next level.
There goes a sight from my soul.